Hi. Well, I wasn't going to go into my story, but my speech advisors usually tell me to go into it because usually people spend about 15 seconds trying to figure out where I'm from and trying to adjust to my accent. But because today I don't have a lot of time, I hope you got adjusted to my accent and understand everything I'm saying. If you don't, feel free to throw something at me, I'll repeat it again. But into my story. If you think of a wedding gown or a formal gown, I bet this is what most of you imagine: a strapless dress. Most fashionable gowns are sold strapless, and this creates a challenge for a lot of women who are uncomfortable with bare shoulders and necklines. Most want to have something over their shoulders either for warmth, confidence, or modesty. If you think about it, women are getting married older today, and think of their bridesmaids, over 30, in a short, strapless dress, feeling silly, but there are not a lot of options. We also know that women are very self-conscious. When we get older, we often feel uncomfortable showing our arms or shoulders. Now think of formal events, where you see all these women wearing beautiful gowns with jackets over them. Jackets don't really go well with your beautiful gown, do they? But what about scarves? You carry scarves around, and it's very inconvenient because they get in the way of shaking a hand or getting a drink. Bottom line, finding a gown today that meets all of the emotional and cultural needs and makes a woman feel absolutely beautiful is difficult. So I decided to solve this problem, and I created a company called Vladimir. The company offers the ultimate collection of couture bridal and formal wear wraps for women who strive for confidence, elegance, and demure fashion. If you think about it, there are a lot of conservative women, Mormon, Jewish, Muslim, you name it. They either by choice or external factors are required to cover up. There are also a lot of women who simply don't want to feel exposed. I strongly believe that no matter what background, each woman deserves to feel absolutely beautiful and be worry-free on her special date. So the way it works, you buy your dream gown now, even if it's strapless, you complement it with a wrap that meets all of your needs, and everybody is happy. No hassle of customizing your gown and going through the stress to either abide by your cultural norms or make your family happy. So this is the product, and while I was marketing my product, I found something very interesting. It has something to do with the way we perceive things and what those things really are. When we hear modest fashion, we often think of people with conservative and sometimes religious backgrounds. The word modest isn't always associated with something stylish or fashion-forward. Modest fashion, people usually think that it's something, when you cover your shoulders, especially me and a lot of women who want to cover their shoulders, we don't necessarily describe our attire as modest. We say elegant, beautiful, classic, but never modest. Why? Usually modesty is associated with something cheap and old. What if today I change your mind by telling you that modesty isn't something cheap and old? Look at these women. They are modestly dressed, but yet they look absolutely fabulous in the clothing they are wearing. Why? Because revealing in short clothes isn't really high fashion. It all has to do with our perception. Our perception are driven by media, social norms, and sometimes false expectations. What if your perception of modesty was wrong? Modesty is an underlying concept, if you think about it, of couture fashion. A lot of high-end designers don't have a lot of short revealing dresses. Why? Because couture fashion isn't about short and revealing. Short and revealing isn't high fashion and has nothing to do with it. Forget about the dresses you see on Hollywood celebrities. They are made to order to people who live a certain lifestyle, who have a certain image to live up to. Think of Prada, Chanel, Christian Dior, or Oscar de la Renta. Collections from these designers are timeless, elegant, beautiful, and modest. Why? Because when we wear revealing clothes, it's not about us, our personality, it becomes about our body. Why do high-profile women are modestly dressed? Because they carry a certain image, a certain reputation, and want to live up to a certain social status. You are what you wear. Last summer, I was at the annual film festival in Cannes, France, and one thing that consistently stood out to me, which validated my idea and my beliefs, is the number of truly modestly dressed women. They came to the red carpet not just to embrace a typical red carpet personality, and their clothes clearly indicated that. One of the most influential designers of all times, Coco Chanel, once said, "I love luxury." And luxury lies not in its richness or ornateness, but in the absence of vulgarity. Vulgarity is the ugliest word in our vocabulary, and I stay in the game to fight it. But yet, modest fashion isn't perceived as high fashion. Modest fashion is the way to show your beauty without revealing all of your cards, thereby leaving a little mystery behind. We live in a mysterious world, but today we're so connected with internet and social media. Everyone knows everything about everyone. Our own lives lack mystery. Mystery is what keeps people interested. Mystery is what keeps people curious. Mystery is what keeps people coming back. Modesty is mystery, and we could use a little more of it in our lives today, and that's why I stay in the game. Thank you.